What's good, YouTube? It's your favorite unknown creator, Joe, aka London, better known as Dub4 Gaming, checking in with another gaming session. And today I bring to you episode 2 of Palworld. Coming off the cliffhanger from episode 1. As you can see, I also unlocked the glider, so it really wasn't a cliffhanger. I definitely saved myself. Had to go and collect some more wisdom from the old man, who the first time didn't really have anything for me. He said a whole lot of nothing, but I wanted to go back to see, just to get that mission out of the way. But going back to face Zoe and Grizzbolt for round 2 after they had me pretty much glitching in the first fight from being electrocuted the whole time. And of course, as a disclaimer, this is pre-recorded as well. So, I can tell you now, I did not beat them. The second time was not the charm. I really don't even think the third time was a charm, but I don't think I have the third time of when I fought them. But do you see that dodge though? It's getting better. It's definitely getting better. It's not perfect, but it's getting on point. But yeah, listening to Gramps, you see, I put Fox Sparks out of there. It's not called Firefox, but that would have been a cooler name. Picked them up, did the little fox hug, and it didn't even do none of what I thought it was gonna do. I definitely thought that was gonna be a super attack. It did nothing. It has no range. I'm just walking around carrying this freaking fox like it's Shih Tzu or something inside of a purse. So I let it go around and do its own thing. And look at me now, on the ground, pleading for my life. At this point, I don't know what to do. Looking at the castle, thinking to myself, should I go back? I should. I think I got a strategy now. Yeah, that was an instant. That was an instant mistake. Do you see how far my health just dropped? And that's when I realized I have nobody out there with me. Just a daydream once again. Still trying to figure out how to actually summon. Well, not really how to summon, but I always was thinking that with that daydream there that she was gonna help me. And that's when I realized that the actual selection that I have, it has to have that blue ring around it. It took me mid-battle to understand this, but at the same time, better late than never, I guess. Because as you can see, I started to run out of arrows. I really now only have 8 left with 1 in hand. And Daydream, I guess, is doing, daydream things. Just floating around, throwing stuff. But I decided to send out my majestic deer, because he's the one that usually saves me in battles. But I don't even think he had my back this time. This battle definitely drug on for a while, so I will be, trying to speed it up as much as possible. Trying to capture key events like the death of my deer. And you see that? Attack is highly effective. I don't know what he did, but he needs to go ahead and keep doing that. But it seems like he's just gonna be turned to pork chops. That's definitely what that's gonna end up being. But I really think it was a natural attack. So I know who I'm sending out next. Oh yeah. And that's gonna give me the kill. That has to be the kill. See how close that is? Watch this. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's a wrap. He could have just left that last attack and just went on and died for me. Because at that point, yeah, that boss was defeated. Go back to the old man. What does he have to say to me? Really nothing. Only thing he wants to say is go back to Zoe. And that was one of the things that kind of ticked me off within that whole ordeal, because I went to him to tell me to go fix the thing for the fox. Then I went back to him and it's like, oh, well, now since you have the fox, go fix the trinket. Then I go back and oh, well, now you can face Zoe. Then I go back to him. Oh, well, now you got to go back to Zoe. It's like you could have just told me all that the first time. But as you can see, I got a working base now. I got a pip. No, I can't say piplup. I got the penguin spraying my crops. I got the chicken and a little, what was that thing called? Vixie. There, as they're not grazing. When you have that thing there, the actual, it's not the breeding ground, the feeding. No, I can't remember the name of it. Once you have that there, though, they pretty much give their natural resources, like the chicklet. It lays eggs. If you have a cow, it gives you milk. The bee gives you honey, which comes in handy for the cake later on. But yeah, killing that boss though, Zoe and Grizzbolt, I definitely got the confidence to go about exploring caves, and I eventually went back to that chillet too, giving a call back from episode 1. If you know, you know. But I know a lot of you probably didn't even watch episode 1. Watch episode 1. Learn about the game. If not, play the game. Learn about it yourself. Probably won't hear too many creators telling you not to watch their videos, but hey, you find better enjoyment out of playing the games rather than you would watching it. But hey, who knows? Because there are some videos that I would rather watch than play. And if you're wondering why my Pokemon copyrights. If you're wondering why my pals weren't attacking, because I definitely had them still in peaceful mode. But as you see, I had to change that real quick. Because a lot of those creatures like to take free licks off of my guys, and I don't like that. The swinging pendulums. I'm not sure if that would have knocked me off or killed me on impact, but I wasn't trying to figure it out. I wanted to go ahead and finish this and get out of the cave. I did hear one creator say no dungeon is the same as the last. That's not entirely true. They all share some similarity to the last one. You'll see. And what do we have here? Earthers. I wish I would have known at this point in the game that you can capture like the large pals, because I would have definitely been traded the one that I have, but I did not know that you can capture the big ones like that. I really thought it was just going to be more so for like the aesthetic of the actual pals, and it can only just be defeated. But like I said, that's something I had to learn later on. But then again, the one I have, as you can see, it definitely be putting in work. It don't play no games. Out of there. Watch this. Out of there. And now I gotta try to hurry up and catch this one just to add on to my collection. And I thought that was caught, but yeah, he's out of there. He didn't even give him a chance to breathe after he came out of the ball. And he be so proud of himself. But look what he did. Look at his work. It's insane. It is insane. Oh, and I definitely upgraded him to a Terror as well, just to throw that out there. Definitely on a breeding game. Also, as you can see, you don't necessarily have to fight the pals to capture them. You can just throw the ball and capture them if they're a low level. But some of them, like I said in the last video, they do avoid the ball if you're facing them. Some of them have that thing of, they refuse to go inside of the ball because they're facing you. And I'm not too big to help out my pals when they're building on stuff. I put it down. Why not help them? Plus, look at her. She's hard at work with a little bow on her head. She shouldn't be working. Where are the other helps? Is nobody else going to come and help? Okay, yeah, they're all fired. She gets a raise. And look at that. She's off to work on something else already. And as you can see, all the materials need a certain pal to do. They all have their special things that they do. Like she's a helping hand. She'll help you build and everything like that. And it actually does help a lot because that jump, that was definitely me skipping through the video. But it would have taken much longer if she wasn't there helping me for me to build that myself. And as you can see, they enjoy lumber. That's pretty much how you get your lumber. Put a deer there or a mammoth rest. They also help with that. Oh, and a tombat. They are incredibly good with mining. They are crazy with mining. But the one I have has low sanity levels. I don't know why he was caught depressed, which is kind of odd to me. But they seem so happy. But that's usually how it is, I guess, you know. Always trying to save face. But at the same time, as you can see, I just upgraded my base. If you do have a pile that's knocked out, you transfer it over here, and that's where they'll pretty much get their rest. But that little feature you just saw that I glimpsed through, if you were to set that, that'll pretty much tell your pals what to place within certain chests and what not to. Because once they have salvaged for certain things or built certain things or even raised certain things, they'll put it inside either the food tray or your chests. So yeah, it's good to signify what goes where for them, and it's easier to find things that way as well. But if you just want to do like me and have everything scattered, then you can do that as well. It is important to build exactly what I just built as quickly as possible because you will find out that those ingot bars play a huge factor in a lot of things that you build mid-game, and I think it changes later on in the game, but that is something that you will definitely want to have handy on your base, as well as that is, well, you'll get that later, the ore form as well as the stone form. Those are very important minerals to have. At this point, I'm rushing off into battle because I noticed that the path close to my base was home to a certain thing. Not that thing. So the thing that I was more so referring to is the one, the only Chillet. Oh yeah. And considering I have faced my first dungeon as well as defeated a boss, I think I'm ready to go ahead and take the Chillet out now. As you can see, my majestic deer already knocked his health off. Well, that's more than halfway. So yeah, that's pretty much a good sign already, even though he froze him. And I guess he thought he can just trot off into the wilderness. But no, as you can see, my majestic deer came out victorious, and the Chillet lay with his mouth open. I think I'm unbeatable at this point. Oh yeah, I'm invincible. I can catch anything I can do besides jump, apparently, across gapes of mountains. But I can do anything. Oh yeah. And my aim is terrible. There we go. Called. Next. Get it. There we go. Called. Yeah. There's no stopping me at this point. I think I got the game. Wait a minute. I don't even want you anymore. So yeah, going back to the battle at hand. This is pretty much where I fought that other guy, the one that took me out. And I decided to go and try to defeat the critters that was in the way, trying to continue on with my journey. Because I did a lot of work at my base already, and I didn't set out to do anything other than pretty much what was at my base. And believe it or not, that pretty much got my level further than what I believe me just catching piles would. Because work on your base actually does level you up as well. See, as you can see, I'm a level 15. The only thing I fought was Zoe Grizzbolt, the Chillet, the dungeon, and everything else has been pretty much running around, beating up piles, and building on my base. Okay, I think I know how emojis work. What emoticons work. Emotes work. I'll use that word. There we go. There we go. The Elden Ring super jump. Okay, I missed it. Ignore that you saw that. I think that's probably why I like this deer, because it reminds me of the actual steed on Elden Ring with the double jump. And there you see, up there, looking all majestic and wild, is the Nightwing. Not to be mistaken for the sidekick of a certain man bat. But yeah, as of right now, I don't have any flying mounts, so I kind of need that. And it's good to try to capture things fast, because at this point in the game, I'm battling with my own pals because they want to unalive everything, and I'm trying to capture everything. So it's like a back and forth that we do. And that's why a lot of times I try to put them into a peaceful mode, but it makes the game harder because I'm trash, they're skilled. So them into peaceful mode means no one is pretty much going to lose health, and I'm always going to end up on a short end of a battle. So yeah, it doesn't work out in my favor most times. But looking at this though, does this temple not look familiar? Does this not look like a church from a certain game? Just look at it real closely. Just saying. Just saying. Everyone say Pokemon, but I definitely notice a lot more similarities in particularly other games than I would in Pokemon. But hey, it's just me. And this is what I was referring to with the effigies and the spirits. Upgrading your pals, upgrading yourself. Or as they say, they're enhancing. Oh, I said spirits, it's souls. But yeah. And I did later on make the pals in my starting 5 more personal to me. Because as of right now, I guess I can introduce myself as Joe Wilds, the guy here just exploring, capturing wild pals, all willy-nilly for no reason. But later on, it will be a reason, because I found out you can combine them with each other. And I'm definitely going to be doing that. And I'm not talking about the breeding. But the breeding, I have been breeding for those passive traits. And so far, it's amazing. I have had one breed, the Frost. What was that? Frost Fox? Ice Fox. Where the parents was the frog, the Crojan, and the Mamarest. Yeah, I know I'm butchering those names. And I really thought they killed my deer in this instance right here. But as I was saying, the child of the frog and the elephant, it ended up getting clumsy and laziness. But the traits of both the parents were incredibly well. Like, one was the blood of the dragon, wellness watcher, and weight reduction or something like that. And she ended up with clumsiness and whatever other trait I just said. I can't remember what it was. But at this point right here, I think I was trying to get this, but because I haven't had one yet. I haven't caught one yet. And you see, this sphere isn't working on T-Fant level 16. Try using a better sphere. So yeah, you do get little messages like that every now and then once you try to use certain things. It's just meaning that either you got to beat it up a little bit more or just use a better sphere. But usually any sphere can catch any pile. I've definitely found that out. Sometimes you may have to use that sphere more than one time though. But I haven't put any weight reduction on my spheres. I haven't had any enhancement to the spheres, anything like that. Just have mega spheres, the pile spheres, and I think it's a gigasphere is what I usually use. But other than that though, everything is pretty much just normal. Even those are normal. You can craft those. Nothing fancy. I don't need anything fancy. Even my starting 5 isn't fancy. Like I say, my 5 now, as I'm a level 33, is Daydream, Dizzy, Jazzy, Dazzy, Hooker Tees, Depresso, and Van Worm. Those are my starting 5. I do also have a Blazing Howl, I believe the name of it is. But yeah, I've just been breeding stuff and just coming up with random things. So yeah, I have a few of them. Oh, and much like Pokemon though, the only comparison that it does have, besides the actual creature that you see flying around, you can get abilities and you can give it to, or have your pals eat it to get those special abilities. So you will definitely see my pals doing moves that you wouldn't normally see done by the pal if you were to just catch it in the wild. Like my Hookrates is definitely stacked. But as you can see, his name was actually Dumbledore. I definitely changed his name. I think that name fits him quite well. You may disagree, but hey, it's not your playthrough. The second dungeon down. And what you're about to witness is the mini game for fishing. And I actually do like the fishing mechanism in this game. It's quite calming, not even gonna lie. And it's easy as well. You just want to keep it green by keeping that bar pretty much where the fish is moving to. And if you do that long enough, voila, you got the pal. And it's a whopper. But yeah, next time you guys see a video, I'm probably gonna be a much further level. I'm probably not gonna be doing too many tutorials. I might do one breeding sim or something like that. Not breeding sim. One breeding display. Other than that, it's probably just gonna be playthroughs. Me beating dungeons and the boss fights and things of that nature. Okay, maybe they just don't want to fight me. Or maybe they're after my pal. You want them so bad? There you go. What happens when a hawk meets a dire wolf? Doesn't seem like it's ending too well. But he was definitely shooting the crap out of my wolf though. I can't wait till you guys meet my Depresso. Dumbledore, with all of his wisdom, knows how to go into a battle and just wreck stuff. There's not much I have to do when I stick him out there. He's all over the place. He takes out everything. And he really doesn't leave anything for me. But if you pay attention to my starting 5 though, all dark, his ability is he definitely enhances all of their attacks. So that is one of the reasons why attacks do as much damage as they do with certain ones that I summon. But yeah, I can definitely see myself playing this game. I may even start it over again after I beat it the first time, just to try to capture other piles and see how that goes. Until next time.